Okay, and now being 2 o'clock, I hereby call the May 18th, 2026 meeting of the Plympton Board of Selectmen to order. This meeting is being recorded for public viewing by Area 58. The recording is not considered an official record of the board, and the approved minutes of the meeting will serve as the official record of the proceedings. And our first agenda item this afternoon is reorganization of the board, and I'm going to turn that over to our town administrator.
Good afternoon. So there's a reorganization of the board after an election. It's routinely reorganized. So the first thing I'll do is ask for a nomination for the chair. Is this?
Can we congratulate our new member first?
We can. We have a new member. Is this on?
It is.
Okay. So we have a new member. Daniel, why don't you identify yourself and say hello?
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Daniel Cadigan. Thanks for being here.
Thank you. Yeah, we're happy you won the election, and good, and really for everybody that came out to first put their name on the ballot is amazing, because it gives people a choice, but also the people that came out to vote was amazing, so that's good. Okay, so now, and thank you for that. Now I'll accept nomination for Chair of the Board of Selectmen for the next year.
I nominate Nathaniel Sides for Chair of the Board of Selectmen.
Okay, we have a nomination. Any other nominations? Okay, second,
I'll second it.
and then all in favor.
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, yeah.
Make it unanimous. Okay.
Oh my
Thank you.
gosh, I'm going to write 3-0.
3-0.
It's been a while since you've been able to do that.
Now I'll accept the nomination for Vice Chair of the Board of Selectmen for the next year.
I'll nominate Dana Smith.
Okay, we have any other nominations? Okay, a second,
I'll second that.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
3-0. And then nomination for Clerk of the Board.
I nominate Daniel Cadigan as Clerk for the Board of Selectmen.
I'll second that.
Thanks.
Any other nominations? All those in favor?
Aye.
Good. Congratulations, gentlemen, and let's get the work done. Yeah. You're gonna swap seats now.
No, I like
No?
this seat.
Oh, okay. All right, you're
The acoustics are good over here.
gonna lean it far right.
I'm sorry, who was the second on the clerk?
Me, I second.
Thank you.
Okay, the next item on the agenda is an update from the Town Properties Committee, and I noticed that Keelan just snuck in at the last minute. Are you prepared to give an update for us? Okay, yeah.
All right, so, first, Keelan Smith, 94 Center Street, Town Properties Committee. Front door project. There was a virtual meeting on April 30th with Habib and Associates. Mr. Bancroft forwarded the details of the meeting. All issues related to the front door were reviewed with new business. DDC is staying the existing interior woodwork, as well as the town requesting a cost to remove and abate the 9-inch vinyl composition tile at the lower stair landing. The proposal request will be developed, and the next meeting with Habib is to be decided, as far as I know up to date.
There's not another meeting, we're just waiting on when they will start. So,
The fire station citations. On May 7th, the chairman of Town Properties met with HVAC company Commercial Boiler Systems to review the citations. In collaboration with Chief Duddy, Commercial Boiler Systems visited the fire station on Friday, May 15th. They have been asked to put together a quote for each citation individually and bundled for all 5, so that the Board of Selectmen can determine how they want to proceed. So we're waiting on that next.
I thought some of them were already resolved, no? Is it Chief?
Well, the ones that they looked at on
Okay.
Friday, they're going to,
There's 2 more, right? Is that right, Chief?
3.
3, okay.
The
Thank you.
floor drains is kind of like a maybe, maybe not. The roof leak is one of the definites, the HVAC system that gets the water is
Yep.
the other definite. And finalizing which way we're gonna go with the pipe. That abuts the electrical panel.
Yep, okay, good, thank you.
and that's 5 of the citations?
So there are 5
There are
total
5 total.
citations, 2 are definite needing attention, and 1 is a maybe needs attention, or 2 are maybe needs attention.
But the individual,
Sorry. Two are resolved. One is fully resolved, one is a maybe, and the other three are the definite, needing attention.
Okay.
But there'll be 5 individual quotes.
No,
No,
I'm okay, I'm really screwed up.
All right, so one citation is completely resolved. One citation is a maybe in terms of the floor drains. We don't think that we're gonna need to do anything because it's more related to the pitch of the floor. And then we're waiting for quotes for the last 3 remaining.
I got you. Thank you, I appreciate that. Sorry, I was not following that.
So if I may, so do we have extensions in all the
Yeah,
issues?
yeah, at my last correspondence with the state was more than 6 months ago. They didn't stop responding to the updates. I told them that when we had new news, I would fill them in, and they were happy with that resolution.
Okay, all right, thank you.
yes, sir. I'm sorry, Mr. Wallace had a,
Yeah, when are they supposed to have quotes?
well, they just went Friday, so I'm sure they're gonna send it as soon as they
They
can.
didn't give you a timeframe.
I was not there, I couldn't go because that would be warm. So, I think, Nate, you were there.
I was there, yeah, I didn't hear any discussion of a time frame, but he didn't seem to make it seem like it was that big a deal, so I would expect we'll get something soon. Yeah, thank you. Sorry.
Nope.
Thanks.
And then the big ticket item is the new fire station project. So our next town properties meeting, we had to kind of flux things around because things came up for the both of us, but it will be on May 27th at 6 PM. We'll be presenting the update with the data and the possible paths that this project can go in. With putting the paths out there for discussion, to be presenting a tentative single project plan to the Board of Selectmen in June. It's a pretty big presentation.
So that's an evening meeting for the town
6
to,
o'clock
okay,
In this room,
okay,
on the 27th.
thank you.
Unfortunately, we had to go back and forth, and I said, okay, this is it, 27, 6 o'clock.
Okay, and I'm sorry, then you said after that meeting, you'll present to this group sometime in June?
In June, yes.
Yeah, good, okay. Great, thank you very much. Next, we have an open meeting law complaint that was submitted by Pierre Boyer dated May 4th. This is a follow-up. Mr. Boyer had initially issued a complaint that the selectmen responded to along with town council. Mr. Boyer received a copy of the minutes from the executive session that he was questioning. Apparently, he was not satisfied with that response, so he has filed a follow-up complaint, which, again, we have engaged town council on. So I think at this point, we need to take a vote as a board to authorize KP Law to respond to Pierre Boyer's May 4th open meeting law complaint on behalf of the Board of Selectmen. So I will make that motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Okay. Moved and seconded. All those in favor? Aye?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. You said the grant, we can,
Yeah, number 4, this is the,
Could I have a question on?
sure, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'm unclear. He filed a complaint against the board?
Correct. Don't quote me on this, but I believe the substance of it was that he thought that the board improperly went into executive session to discuss a concern that was raised with the board about procurement issues. So we went into executive session at the request of town council, on the recommendation of town council, and with town council. So we felt as though it was appropriate, because town council wouldn't have recommended a course of action if they didn't feel it was appropriate. But apparently that was not sufficient, so we are following up again. You're welcome. Sorry. Mr. Fennessy.
also, the next one is the conservation restriction on Wildlands Trust, Inc., and Churchill Park at Jones. And the conservation agent, they were gonna take a vote on it. conservation agent contacted me and asked that be put off until the next meeting. So,
All right, we'll table that to the next meeting. Next item on the agenda is an update on the status of the public building water supply project. There was an informational discussion on Zoom a couple of weeks ago. Mr. Smith couldn't attend, I was able to attend, and Mr. Fennessy attended, along with representatives of KP Law. And the gist of it was that we, because of the scope of the project involves both external and internal work inside the building in terms of filters and stuff that are needed, we need to engage a system designer. So we need to, as a board, authorize the hiring of a system designer. I'm probably using the wrong terminology, but it's basically an engineer. We have engineering plans that, and the wells are sited already, and we have that drawing developed, but we need to take it the next step to tie it into the needed filtration in the building. So that's where we are. So we are authorizing the engineer.
yes, to start the process.
Okay.
But let me, if I may, just add something
Please.
to that. So because the project is over $300,000, and the design services, it's anticipated that there'll be over $30,000. That kicks in a new law, a new procurement law, not new in that it just came out from the Senate, but new for us, for the town to look at, which is Chapter 7C, which requires the design services through the designer selection law, it's called. So, and from that process, then we have to go to an RFQ, request for qualifications. And then you rate the qualifications of the designers and the project itself. Then go to the bid, the putting it out for bid from all the companies that can do the construction. So it's a kind of a more complicated process than what initially it was thought to believe, but it's something that you have to comply with the procurement laws. And that's one of the concerns that I have, is to make sure that we're in compliance. Because a lot of times you put these forward, and if the project design that's put out by the town without going through the designer, and it's ambiguous, they can knock it out. And it causes long delays, like another year, to go through the whole process again. So we want to make sure that we, dot the i's and cross the t's when we go through this.
But correct me if I'm wrong, but the scope of the project is not to the point where we need to hire an OPM.
No.
Because
we
it doesn't
can-
involve.
That's
it's
an
not- it's
option.
Making a
Yeah,
building,
yeah.
but, so we are, so.
But it falls
in the
under
past,
the
we had-
building.
We had an agreement with an OPM that we
Yeah.
dissolved. We don't need to go down that road again.
Yeah, and that's an option of the town, if they wanted to bring an OPM in anyway. That'd be outside of the law itself, so.
I have a question. Is that still gonna remain under the purview of the Board of Selectmen and Town Council?
Yes.
It'll remain with them?
We had decided that at a
Yes.
previous meeting,
Yes.
so yes.
I-
We're working with,
Even though we're doing this other
Yeah.
thing, okay?
yeah, yes. Mr. Wallace?
How do you come up with the funding for the additional?
There is still some funding available as part of the previous work that have been, the funding that had been generated for the town campus project. So there is still some funds available. There are also some grant funding available, and there are some ARPA funds that if we are able to utilize this or get this project completed by the end of the year, we will be able to get reimbursed through the ARPA program.
Is the thinking that you will get it done before the
It's tight, but it can be done, when we looked at the timeline.
Thank you.
We certainly hope to. Mr. Alberti?
Dave Alberti, Main Street. This is just a clarification only. This is for the town campus proper, not for the town water supply.
Correct. No, that would be many millions of dollars, and we certainly are not going there.
No.
No, this is just, currently, this building and the police station and fire also? are serviced by a well that's in the basement here, in the townhouse.
And that's for immediate needs, Band-Aid, if you will, before we build a new fire station, correct?
We need to do this regardless, based on violations
This is a violation
from,
like the fire station has.
right, we're out of compliance currently, so we need to do this regardless, and if we go down the road and build a new fire station or not. Obviously, the idea is it would be able to handle a new building if we add on, but we need to do this regardless.
All right, good, thank you.
I didn't know I was going to have to talk this much.
Yeah, sure. You're
Uh, You didn't talk this much.
Are you gonna take a vote?
Of
Yes,
what?
we have to do
I
a
don't
motion,
know.
I believe, for a vote for this, right?
Oh, yes, I'm sorry, thank you, see? Yes, we need to
To
take a
hire
vote to authorize KP Law to assist with securing design services for the public water supply. I will make that motion.
Okay, I second that motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
I'll get in touch with them.
Okay. Update on use of the old townhouse. I believe I reported on this at our last meeting, and I apologize if I'm repeating myself. So I met with a couple of representatives from the Historical Society regarding extending their lease or entering into a lease for the use of the old townhouse. They had a lease several years ago that has expired, and so there's mutual interest on both the part of the board and on the part of the Historical Society to get a new lease for the use of the building. I think everybody agrees that, the building itself is an asset, and it helps everyone in the town for it to be used. If for no other reason than, by using the building, you refresh the air in the building, and, there have been mold issues and such that had gone undetected, and this will help prevent that. So we've had initial discussions. They were very promising. There was one issue that was raised regarding serving of food. They felt that, they mentioned that previously the Board of Health had prevented them from serving food. I did contact the Board of Health on behalf of the Board of Selectmen and on behalf of the Historical Society, and I know they discussed it at their most recent meeting, and none of them remember any issues with the Historical Society serving food, so that's a positive. I did speak to the chairman of the Board of Health last week, and, we had a good discussion about it. So as far as he's concerned, there's no reason for the Historical Society to be able to do like a potluck dinner, which I know they did a few years ago. Mr. Smith was the speaker. So hopefully we'll be able to have some similar events in the future there, which I think is positive. So that's a interim update, and I'll follow up once we have more details. We're looking at, something along the lines of like a 5-year lease with maybe a 5-year mutual option, that kind of thing, for the Historical Society to be able to use the building. And then there are other concerns as far as, there are other groups that go in there and rent the space to do yoga classes and that sort of thing. So we need to iron out some of those details, who owns what in terms of the maintenance involved and the actual items inside the building. Obviously, the majority of it is Historical Society, but some of them would be the responsibility of the town. So we need to kind of iron out those details, which is where we are.
And subletting too.
Right, exactly, all that stuff. Any questions on any of that?
Very good.
Okay.
So do we want to do anything with their request for use of town property? Do you want those listed at the next meeting?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Is there anything coming up that we need to act on right away, or?
No, we,
It's 23rd.
yes, well,
right?
May 23rd,
Yeah.
the proclamation of the Deborah Sampson Day,
Oh, yeah.
and the award that's going to be
Community room.
presented to Chief Duddy. So, they would like to use the Deborah Sampson room
Okay.
here. We're
Have
good.
they filled out a
Yes.
request form? Okay, all right. Did you want to be, do you want to recount?
One thing that I think the more that building is gonna be occupied, that would need to look into a monitored fire alarm system, for that building.
Yeah, that is on the list.
There's a smoke detector,
Yep.
like there's a system in there, but it is not monitored, so someone would start to call 911.
Yeah.
So I know that there had been some conversation in the past with, John Trainer about getting that system so that it is fully monitored, if the building's gonna be occupied on a regular basis.
Yes, thank you. That was one of the items on the list that we need to work out. There are some similar types of items, so yes, those are the types of details. Okay, so then we'll make a motion to allow the Historical Society to utilize the Old Townhouse for their,
No, they're gonna have it here, but they are.
Oh, it's here.
So that list will be here in the Deborah Sampson room.
okay,
So if we could approve that
yes,
request.
okay. I'll make that motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
For the Cheryl Duddy Day.
And then they did send us a request for flooring. Are we gonna wait for that? The floor upstairs is like not good.
They were going to get quotes, I believe. That we have the quote? Yeah, all right, let's handle that at the next meeting then.
Okay,
Thank you.
perfect.
Okay. Next, we have a couple of appointments to the Agricultural Commission, both from now until June 30th of 2026. And then we'll need to reappoint them. So that's Scott Sawchuck and Cass Gilmore, two well-known local farmers, have agreed to step up and be on the Agricultural Commission. So we will have at least 3 members on there now, so that's a
Yeah.
good thing. So I will
Individually?
do it individually, okay. We'll make a motion to appoint Scott Sawchuck to the Agricultural Commission until June 30th, 2026.
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And I'll make another motion to nominate Cass Gilmore until same period, June 30th, 2026.
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
You're gonna sign it all, and then. Those are the, there's 2 of them there.
Okay.
There's one behind it.
Bree, do we have any warrants paid?
Yes, we do. So these are warrants, because we haven't had a meeting to talk about warrants. So the total of the warrants is $48,205.17. And that runs from April 13th to May 18th. So it's over a month worth of warrants. And it's the local computer, water, Amazon, some Eversource. We had some work here, Chase Plumbing came in and did some work, and put in a water tank, and some new faucets for dripping, the ghost scoopers, Habib, short money, the renewal of the bonds, and what else do I have? Some Deere that I did, Express newspaper, and our lovely Eversource, and the KP invoice, which was
Okay, thank you.
Oh, and I had to order some flags.
For Memorial Day.
Memorial
Yep,
Day.
good, thank you.
Thank you.
And those are going up this weekend,
The flag, yes,
weather
so
permitting.
Robbie will have, Mr. Thompson, I had to look at Keelan, Gary Thompson will, Thompson Tree will go around with Robbie with the bucket truck. And we have new flags this year, so hopefully they don't wrap around the pole. They're gonna be like a banner flag.
Town administrator updates.
Okay, so the first thing I want to do is say thank you to the townspeople for coming out to town meeting last week. I've been to many, many, many town meetings in multiple towns, and I got to say this was one of the most respectful and nice town meeting I've ever been to. And it's a reflection of not only the people of the community, but of all the boards that make up the administration of the community. And I give a lot of credit to the moderator, too, who knew how to, and again, moderator's a elected, so some towns, you get a moderator that doesn't know what to do. He was excellent, you know, so, and Tara Smith putting everything together too on her end, not only with that, but also with the election.
Yes.
Shaw, did I say?
Yeah, that's nice.
Shaw.
Smith, Smith, Shaw, no, Shaw, I apologize, Shaw. Not only that, the election, I heard, went very smoothly, so with the new tabulators and all that, and sometimes that can throw a monkey wrench in, but, so, nice job for the town. Other items, our regional dispatch center called the ROC, and that stands for the Regional Old Colony Communication Center. Was recently awarded with a prestigious award for the Emergency Medical Dispatch Accreditation of Excellence Award. And that's from the International Academies of Emergency Dispatch. So what makes that award so amazing is that's the first one in Massachusetts that received it. I believe, it might be the second. It's the first one in Massachusetts, and only the second one of all of New England has received that. And only, and let me get my number here, they're the 375th agency in the world to receive the international award. So give them credit. You're lucky you're a part of that group. I mean, other towns I've been in, also a part, and I've worked closely with them, so.
Well, we were the first town,
You were the first.
yeah. So it's.
It must be after
Makes
Duxbury,
sense.
right?
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
Duxbury,
yeah,
yeah.
they kind of focused it, yeah.
But we were the
So,
first.
yeah, first one
I think,
signed
right?
it.
Chief, we were the first?
Were you? Yeah. Excellent.
The original group.
Right.
Yeah.
We're the OG.
You know, Carver, Halifax, we're all in it, yeah. So
No,
great. So
that's
that's a
impressive.
great,
Thank you.
great award.
And it's for multiple years, right? Isn't the certification is for like 3 years or something?
Yeah, yeah. And it's quite an extensive thing that they have to go through to get that award. It's a number of qualifications that they have to meet. They met them all with great success. So, and I know every now and then they have a glitch, something goes off kilter, but that happens everywhere, so but they're quick to fix it too. So it doesn't leave the towns in the lurch, so.
No, it's been a good relationship, definitely.
Absolutely.
And I want to mention about the Memorial Day Parade. The festivities kick off on May 25th at 10 a.m., I believe. Is it 10 or 9?
Yes,
10 or 9? 10.
10.
So the parade starts down at the Old Town House, is that correct? And it comes up to the gazebo, correct?
Yes.
Okay, got that. And for people who are looking to do something on that day, from what I understand, and again, I'm not a townie, so I haven't been here yet, but I hope to be here this one. That it's quite an event for both the adults and the children. With some rides for the children to go on, hot dogs at the fire station that they're hosting. I believe there's ice cream at the library.
Yes.
That's where you'll find me, in the library.
And our rides are that Scott Sawchuck joins every year, and he brings up the bee train, and we'll have the cow train.
Okay. Yeah, so that's happening.
Some antique vehicles and fire trucks, and Touch-a Truck will be here as well, and it's a nice day.
Yeah.
Those kids are sweet,
Let's hope for good weather.
Yes.
To go along with it.
please.
Not 90 degrees, but, nice, right? So. And the last thing I want to bring up is, and this is for the board, really, there's, every year, the Plymouth County needs one of the selectmen to be the advisor for the town to the county. And I don't know who is doing it this year, this past year.
The new guy. They picked on the new guy.
You were there, okay. So so we'll put this on for the next, we'll put the vote on for the next meeting. But, if each of you can email me, not email each other, because that would be a violation,
Yes,
but
can't do
email me whether you're interested or not.
Okay.
And if one surfaces the top, we know who we have. If not, we're gonna have this fight to be on the advisory committee.
I have a feeling
Not
this is
be
gonna be
undivided.
like, when she just handed me this and pointed to the bottom line and said, can you sign this? Sign this here, please?
Yeah, yeah. So now you know who to
We've both
appoint,
been through that,
I know my-
Dan.
Welcome to the board.
Right, we've both been through it, so.
and you know who to appoint now, if you're not interested, but no. But I've done it, it's fun.
Yeah,
kind of.
it's
a
actually,
nice-
that one's actually not
It is,
bad.
it's,
Yeah.
it's good to go to, you get to know what's going on with other towns too. in
I'm
the
fine with that.
county, So think about that, that'll be for next meeting. And that's all I got right now.
Okay, and I just remembered that the first meeting of the Town Administrative Search Committee is this evening also.
Oh, did I do that bad? That reminded you?
God, let me shut up. Anyway, so I know folks are curious about that process, so that is kicking off this evening. The search committee is meeting, and they're meeting with Bernie Lynch from Community Paradigm Associates, who is our vendor that's assisting us with the search process. So
And that is,
that's this evening.
and it is a closed meet, just to,
Right, yeah.
so it
It's
says
an-
open, but it goes open to executive session, so
Right,
it's
it-
not open to the
yeah,
public
Right,
yet.
correct, thank you for
Okay.
that. Okay, correspondence. We did receive, do you have anything else, Bree, or just the one from Board of Health?
I have a resignation as well.
Oh,
It was, we haven't met like this to
oh, okay,
be on camera, so.
gotcha, okay, yes, we have a resignation from a month or so ago now, actually. Good afternoon, please accept this email as my formal resignation from the Plympton Town Properties Committee, effective today, April 15th, 2026. Respectfully, Kate Johnson. So I know that the TPC has met a couple of times since then, and they accepted her resignation. We will do so also, with appreciation for her efforts that she put into the TPC. So thank you, Kate. We also had a letter from the Board of Health that was received the other day. It's dated May 12. Plympton Board of Selectmen, Plympton Town Administrator, regarding Town of Plympton public water supply wells, which we spoke about earlier in the agenda. Gentlemen, on January 20th, 2023, the Town of Plympton received a letter from the DEP requiring the town to comply with 310 CMR Chapter 22, which is parentheses, Massachusetts Drinking Water Regulations. So this gets back to what we discussed earlier, that we're required to open a public water supply to be in compliance. The town was required to A, have the current well located in the basement at 5 Palmer Road to become a temporary public water supply well, and B, begin work to create a non-transient, non-community public water supply to serve all the current buildings, the townhouse, library, fire station, and police station. Originally, the town administrator and the administrative assistant to the Board of Health were chosen to work with DEP on these two projects. In February and March of 2023, the Town Properties Committee began independently communicating with DEP and with their partners, P3, who were involved in the planning of a new fire station. This communication resulted in well meetings and site visits being scheduled without the knowledge of the town administrator, administrative assistant to the Board of Health, and the Board of Health members. In early May, project number 1, which is the regarding the basement well, was completed. Outstanding items were fixed. Public water supply operator was hired. At the Board of Selectmen's meeting on May 8th, 2023, the board voted to give oversight of the continued project to the Town Properties Committee and combine the public water supply well project with the fire station project. Since May 8th, 2023, wells have been sited and drilled without receiving permits from the Board of Health as required by state law. Additionally, state law requires that the well driller not only apply for permits with the local permitting authority, which is the BOH, but also send the well driller's report to the Board of Health within 30 days of drilling the wells. It has now been 3 years and 4 months since the town was contacted by DEP, and the town is still being served by the temporary public water supply well, parentheses, drilled in the 1930s, close parentheses, located in the basement at 5 Palmer Road. Project number 2, the new non-transient, non-community public water supply well has not been completed. Plympton Board of Health has reached out to both the Selectmen and the Town Properties Committee for over 3 years now, letting these individuals know that no application for well drilling permits or well driller reports have been received from whichever entity the Town Properties Committee members contracted with to drill the wells. As we are aware that the current Board of Selectmen has stated that this project is under their purview, the Board of Health once again requests that the well driller apply for a permit to drill the wells and provide the Board of Health with the well driller's report, both as required by the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. Sincerely, Brad Conan, Chairman, Plympton Board of Health. As I mentioned previously, I spoke to Mr. Cronin the other day about a different matter, about the old townhouse, so I did discuss this with him briefly as well. To which I said, you know, it was honestly news to me. I mean, I wasn't here 3 years ago, Mr. Smith wasn't here 3 years ago, so, you know, kind of caught me off guard as far as, you know, the fact, the letter makes it sound as though they were repeatedly asking the Selectmen, and I know nothing has come up in the last year looking for these reports. So I did assure him that we would look into it as a board. I did ask for correspondence, to which, you know, Christmas came early, so I have some light reading to do. So that's where we are. I recognize that, you know, obviously, you drill a well, you need a permit to do so. So regardless of who oversees the project, we need to go through the proper channels, and we will do that. So that's kind of where we stand on that. But I also did reach out to town council regarding this, and they reiterated that sometime in May of 2023, it was determined that the Board of Selectmen and the former version of the TPC were the responsible agents and were able to site the wells, physically site the wells on the property where they felt was appropriate, and so that was done. But again, apparently, we did not secure the necessary permits for physically drilling the wells, so that seems to be the outstanding issue, and we will resolve that. Okay, I think that's it for today. I know one of us has a plane to catch. Our next meeting will need to be changed, because I'm not gonna be here on June 1st.
To be determined.
Yeah. We have a continuance hearing on the SLT gravel removal permit, which is scheduled for June 13th, and again, I don't think I'm gonna be here for that either, but you do. Anyway.
Second, does that?
Upcoming meetings will be announced as soon as we schedule them.
That June 13th isn't gonna work for anything either. June 13th is a Saturday.
Well, there we go.
Well, look at that.
Okay. I will entertain a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Second.
So dates to be.
All those in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned, 2:40. Thank you very much.
There you go.